What's going on? What's going on? We back real quick. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Portland game with them defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was the first time that the Portland Trailblazers had won a playoff game in the last 2 years. Both years they got swept. Last year I know they got swept by the Pelicans. The year before that, I believe they got swept by the Golden State Warriors. And Paul, I mean it's a redundant or recurring theme. This playoff series, if you suck in the playoffs in the past year, so far in the 6 game ones we've seen so far, you ain't getting no redemption. It ain't been kind to guys that hadn't played good in the playoffs before that. You had the situation with Kyle Lowry yesterday, didn't play well. Today you had Paul George, who didn't play well at all. Who else we didn't have that didn't play well? Just guys who hadn't usually played well in the playoffs. It hadn't been kind to them, man. And shit. Now we got James Harden coming up in a few today, but shout out to the Celtics. They got it done today. But I want to harp on this Portland game. And it was truly hard to watch. I know Paul George was a game time decision with a shoulder injury, but this has been a knock on Paul George going back to when Indiana Pacers were playing Miami. The year before he got traded, he didn't do much with the year he left Indiana. They got swept by Miami. He came up small. He had some good scoring games, but it was winning time. He came up small. LaMarcus Aldridge yesterday, he didn't have a good game neither. DeMar DeRozan didn't have the greatest game neither yesterday. It ain't been a kind day. It has not been a kind weekend to other guys that's previously had bad playoff history. Ben Simmons yesterday, he been bad. Once again, Kyle Lowry, he was bad yesterday. The DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge didn't have the greatest game yesterday, but they won. Didn't dominate like they were supposed to. They got great help from Forbes, from Derek White with a big dunk. Not a great day. Go down to Portland today with the Thunder. Paul George didn't have a great day. Once again, Paul George was a negative 15. Now the excuse can be, and I like Paul George, one of my favorite players. The excuse could be, well, you know what? He had a shoulder injury. Could be. But he was a plus +0 today. So he was even killed. 26 points, 4 turnovers, 10 rebounds, no assists, 4 steals, 8 for 24 shooting, 4 for 15 from the 3, hit all his free throws. Westbrook was a negative 10 today, but you know what? He got his triple-double, 24 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, not winning basketball. Steven Adams was a negative 13 today, 17 points, only 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers. So, everybody was a negative pretty much for the Thunder today that started, whatever reason that was. But you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, Damian Lillard came up with 30 points. He had 6 turnovers, though, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 11. Enes Kanter was a plus 15, huge today. Enes Kanter shined like a diamond today. He had 7 offensive rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds, totaling up to 18 rebounds, 2 assists, and he had 2 blocks. He played good defense for him, solid defense for him. And it was just a dominant effort. C.J. McCollum was scoring early. He kind of faded in the second half. But like I said before, Paul George, once again, is the GOAT of the playoffs. And I don't mean greatest of all time. I mean bad. He was bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma City Thunder, if they get swept or if they get beaten 7, 6, 5 games or 4 games to the Portland Trailblazers, a team that was swept in the last 2 playoff series. They got swept by Anthony Davis. They got swept by the Golden State Warriors in back-to-back years. Had Oklahoma City was able to pull out a win, they probably would have created doubt in the Portland Trailblazers' mind. But you pay Steven Adams all that money. You kept Steven Adams. You traded Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter go to the Knicks. They can't find a way to use them. And you go to the Portland Trailblazers. And that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's about the support system that you have Sometimes it's about the support system that you have. What's up, Ricky E? Around the player. And a lot of these coaches in the NBA don't know how to use it. They figure, oh, he don't do what I like to do, or he can't do this. But sometimes you got to build around the player's deficiency to make sure they're good. Look at Enes Kanter today. Two things we know Enes Kanter can do. Enes Kanter can score with his back to the basket, and Enes Kanter can rebound. Is he the best defender of all time? No. But he dominated Steven Adams, a guy who they chose to keep over Enes Kanter. And today's NBA, they don't value low post scoring. They don't value the low post scoring. You know, they want you to be able to get rebounds, putbacks, and defend the rim. Now, Kanter doesn't defend the rim that well, but he did good enough today. If you tell me, what did he give us today? What did he give Portland today? Give me a minute. He gave Portland 20 points and 18 rebounds in 35 minutes. I take it. As long as he shows some type of effort on the defensive end, like he showed effort in getting rebounds, you take that. But today's NBA coaches think you only can win the way the Warriors win. You only can win small ball. If you're telling me I got a 7-foot guy from wherever the fuck from Turkey, a 7-foot guy from fucking Turkey, that if I get Draymond Green on his hip, you know what I'm saying, he can score every time. If I get, Karl-Anthony Towns on him, he can score every time. If I get Steven Adams on him, he can score every fucking time. Who wouldn't want that? But now today's coaches has fell into the niche of that. Oh, you got to be able to shoot the three. Oh, you need to be a big guy, rebound and block shots. No, I mean that's not you. You have to build your team and your player strength. You see the Knicks. You see that's how inept franchises roll. Franchises who don't know how to use players who ain't functionable. That just only want to use one guy that got a certain talent. No, Enes Kanter is a dinosaur. He can score with his back to the fucking basket. You need to respect that. That need to be respected. And he can rebound. As long as you just talk him up and tell him, hey, just give us your best effort. Just give us your best effort with your back, on the defensive end. Just hustle. But it ain't like this dude just go out there and score 20, 30 points and don't give you nothing else. This dude gave you 18 fucking rebounds. He gave you 18 rebounds. He played hard tonight. And they appreciate it. He got talent. He was supposed to play in Kentucky, didn't get to play. He got talent. But you got to be able to play through his strength. And everything ain't got to be jacking threes. That ain't what it got to be. Oh, jacking threes. No, I want you to throw it down and get a bucket. Throw it down to the big fella, get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Play inside out. Try a little different. But like I said today, Terry Stotts, he did a great job today coaching the Portland Trailblazers. Give it up to him. He done a great job today. And Westbrook out there playing for stats. He is. Westbrook is out there playing for stats. Real talk. He out there playing for stats. You ain't lying, Fred. He out there playing for fucking stats. And that's why I said he'd never win a championship, bro. Anytime you out there playing for stats, and he ain't LeBron. See, LeBron is so good at a point in time where LeBron can play for stats, but he can be effective in the winning column. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook, like I said before, man, he didn't do no favors tonight neither. But Paul George, if he had an injured shoulder, he was better resting it off. But it's always something with Paul George in the playoff. Playoff packing P, because he packing up already before the playoff even gets started. Oklahoma City Thunder lose this, man. Could they continue to roll the way they rolling? Yeah. But you need a third guy. You really can use a Kevin Durant there right now. But Durant don't want to play with selfish Westbrook. He said, do you think it's time for the Thunder to trade Westbrook, bro? They got to think about it because you got to – how old is Westbrook? I'm pretty sure he almost fucking 30. And that's my boy Paul George, but he is all right. But he was a game-time decision today. I don't know a lot of people. I didn't notice that until my FanDuel said he officially playing. I just took the GTD by his name on FanDuel as a fucking joke. But yeah, it was a chance that he wasn't playing today. Yeah, he's 30 years old. Yeah, I would consider trading Westbrook. He 30. They said he 30 on Wikipedia. Ain't the most accurate. They say this nigga 30. So yeah, I would consider trading him. But guess what? You gotta hit the trade off, right? You gotta hit the trade. Now, what if Whoop-de-Whoop get the number 2 pick and you want Ja Morant? I would trade Westbrook and my pick for Ja Morant and maybe some more, but you really never get equal value for superstars. And who coming to Oklahoma City? Not a damn soul. Nobody coming to Oklahoma City. So you gotta trust the draft process, draft better. But we can't write them off yet. So it's game one. I think a few teams that lost game one will come back and be better. I think Philly will come back and be better. They coach suck. It wouldn't surprise me if Philly lost. A bad mix of players, a bad coaching. Coach, they can't get them together. Who else lost game one? Toronto, they'll be all right. I believe they'll make some adjustments. I'm not too good on their coach, Nick Nurse. I don't know him that well. Denver, I'm not really worried about Denver. Jamal Murray was terrible last night. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray, Booth Jr., what's going on? Jamal Murray was terrible last night. Like, dude, Gary, I'm going to just talk about some of these coaches in the NBA, bro. I can do a better job than some of these coaches in the NBA. I guarantee you. If I had to coach a sport and I knew the most about, I can coach basketball. I guarantee you, bro. And I might get into Pee Wee basketball, bro. I can coach it. I guarantee you I can coach it. Man, I'm not worried about Denver losing. I'm not worried about it. What worries me about Denver, because I'm worried about because the way DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge played last night, Denver got a chance. What worried me about Denver is they come down the court with an opportunity to take the lead or tie the game up last night. I'm going to talk about Boston too. They get the ball to Jamal Murray. He misses it or he turns the ball over. I'm like, cool. They come back down the court with an opportunity to win the game. Maybe they up one or to tie the game. I can't fucking remember. It was late. But they give it to Jamal Murray again. He turned the ball over. Look here, man. Gary Harris was cooking last night. If it was one guy that showed up last night, it was fucking Gary Harris. All right? Gary Harris showed up last night. Gary Harris showed up last night. So Gary Harris got the high hand. Why are you calling a play for Jamal Murray? Why? Why are you calling a play for Jamal Murray? 2 plays down, the first play, he turned it over. Gary Harris brought you back in the game with some floaters, pull-ups, and a three-pointer. He bring you back, and then you go to Jamal Murray. And then Jokic. Jokic need to stop being so damn passive and fucking score the rock. Stop trying to assist people. You get you get a defender down there under the hole, score the fucking ball, bro. Score the fucking ball. Jokic could have had 50, 60 points yesterday if he was more aggressive. And that's the thing about them Eastern Europeans, even in boxing and in a lot of different sports in basketball, they so passive, bro. They don't have that dog or that third or fourth, fifth gear in them. They so passive. They willing to be a pass first. When you want a big guy that's gonna go down there and be aggressive, only when they start double teaming, you should. This nigga should have had 30 fucking shot attempts last night. They win. Jakob can't guard him, nor LaMarcus Aldridge can't guard him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Gary Harris should be their vocal point. If Gary Harris is going to be the one that show his ass, and then you had Craig that showed his ass, Morris hit some shots. Look here, if Jamal Murray not going to sit out there, he not going to play ball, he going to turn that bitch off. Get on the bench. Because I got Morris, Beasley, Craig, Harris, Barton, so many guys that can control the ball and handle the rock. Jamal Murray I'll be trading his ass. If he don't get together the Kyle Lowry, the Western Conference, that's his preliminary name right now. I'll be trading his ass. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not worried about Denver, bro, because LaMarcus Aldridge and fucking DeMar DeRozan fucking suck. Okay? They hit a couple shots down the stretch. They suck. I don't care if Denver went down 0-2. If Denver was able to get the first game in San Antonio, they don't scare me. DeMar DeRozan stunk up the joint last night. LaMarcus Aldridge stunk up the joint last night. You know what I'm saying? With the great Popovich putting you in position. If it wasn't for White, Forbes, and Patty Mills and a couple other guys, and then the little orange-haired white boy hit that deep-ass 3 last night. If it wasn't for them, they'd have got fucking slaughtered last night, bro. They'd have got fucking slaughtered. Kind of talk about the Boston game, and I end by talking about the Portland game, man. I'm gonna get ready for the Pistons game, so I won't be on long. But to talk about the Boston game, Indiana jumped up quick on them, but you know what? Indiana don't have a guy that get his own shot. And then don't forget, E-Man East, they got DeJounte Murray coming back. But yeah, you just talk about Boston. They just weathered the storm, and Marcus Morris came up big, shooting well. Just plain and simple. Pacers need Indiana Oladipo. If Home Depot was there, that's what I call them. Home Depot was there, they probably would have beat. They probably beat Boston. Boston's still not together, bro. You can see Gordon Hayward still out there trying to jack up shots. He trying to prove that he back. I mean, Kyrie Irving's still not fitting. Unless Milwaukee and Blake Griffin ain't playing tonight. Unless Milwaukee shit the bed today versus the Pistons, which I don't anticipate that happening. I expect Milwaukee to run through the East from what I'm seeing, but it's only one game. Teams can get it together, but I don't see nobody guarding Giannis in my opinion. He said Pacers had a good first half, bad second half. We gonna win. I don't think without Oladipo y'all can beat that team. Even how dysfunctional that team is. Miles Turner got to play a lot better than he did. Tyreke Evans going to show his potential. Darren Collison got to show up, and y'all gonna have to feature Sabonis and Thaddeus Young more. But y'all just need Oladipo. If y'all get Oladipo and y'all able to get somebody else in Indiana with him, y'all possibly can win the East. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to draft well because ain't nobody coming to the Indiana. People act like the Midwest is like so bad, like Indiana, Chicago, Minnesota, Cleveland, Detroit. Now like that shit terrible. Like niggas are scared of the snow. These niggas from Cali and these niggas from like down south, they be scared of the snow and shit, nigga. It ain't shit. It's just like when it's too fucking hot to go outside. You know what I'm saying? When it's too fucking hot to go outside, it's the same shit. But them niggas fear that shit. All these guys from out west or down south, they fear this shit. And I'm a firm believer. That like look here, man. If you're gonna do something, for smaller mid-market teams to have an edge on big market teams, or shit, get rid of the teams. Shit, the NBA can just be down to Boston, Brooklyn, the Nets, Miami, Houston, the California teams, and pick about 3 other fucking teams you want to pick. And just get rid of the fucking rest of the league, bro, because it don't fucking matter. Get rid of the fucking league. If Minnesota can't never win a championship, what's the fucking point of bringing them there? Chicago don't have no championships outside of Jordan. What's the fucking point of bringing them here? You know what I'm saying? Philly ain't got a championship in like decades. What's the fucking point of having these teams? Orlando Magic, why you keep playing with their ass? They get a superstar, and then Shaq want to go out to LA. Then Penny get hurt. What's the point? What's the fucking point? If Indiana never gonna win a championship, if Minnesota never gonna win a championship, if Orlando never gonna win a championship, why did you bring them into this league? If New Orleans never gonna get rid of the New Orleans Pelicans, you get rid of fucking Charlotte Bobcats too, and there's no diss on them. Get rid of Oklahoma City Thunder too, because after Westbrook and Paul George go, nobody want to play in Oklahoma City. This shit, the league is a joke. They don't do nothing to try to promote players to go to those type of teams. You know what I'm saying? You don't do nothing. What's the fucking point? Just keep the California teams and the New York teams and make the bitch a 10-man league. Because every year you go out there as a Hawks fan. Every year you go out there as a Timberwolves fan. Every year you go out there as a Pacer fan, a Thunder fan, a Pelican fan. You ain't gonna never have no fucking chance. Because the NBA don't care. It's a big ass money trap. You're right. Everybody telling me to draft Gilchrist over Damian Lillard. But at the end of the day, the fucking nigga from the Knicks should be gone, bro. If you ain't won a championship in 20 years, or you ain't made a playoff run in 20 years, you should have to sell your fucking team, bro. Or you should be on probation. Real talk. I'm not even just talking about that Hornet. You go back to the Bobcats fucking suck. The original Hornets fucking suck. If they wasn't gonna win it with Grandmama and Muggsy and Lonzo Moore, they was never gonna win that shit. David Wesley, Bobby Phillips, nigga, I go way back in the NBA. They ain't never been competitive. If New Orleans wasn't gonna win it with fucking Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler, and David West, it was never gonna happen. They couldn't win it with Anthony Davis. It's never going to happen. All players want to do is play in LA, play in New York, possibly play in Miami. That's it. And if that's the case, do something for smaller market teams. Got an opportunity to offer more money than the bigger market teams. Oh God, they never gonna let a fucking small market team win that bitch again, bro. They gonna make sure it's in one of the big states, bro. Just like in the Super Bowl, they made sure it was Boston, It was the East Coast versus the West Coast team in LA. Shit is a joke. And shit is a joke. The NBA is the biggest joke. It's no parity. And then when teams get good like Ibaka, Durant, Harden, the Westbrook, then they let that shit blow up. You think they would let them 4 niggas walk away from the LA Lakers, bro? The NBA would have stepped in. No. Had them 4 dudes been in LA, they would have had about 7 championships by now, bro. They'd have never let them walk away from LA. Never. They didn't even want to let fucking James Harden get one, bro. In Houston. And Houston gonna be the 3rd largest populated city. Shit is a fucking joke. The NBA is a joke. They should be ashamed. NFL, you never know. You could be on 16 one year like the Browns. Now you can be the favorite to win the AFC North. That's the one thing about the NFL. They got parity. Because you can get a good player in round 55 or round 1. You can get a Hall of Famer undrafted or in the 2nd round. It's parity. The NFL don't have no parity. Then you watch the games. Everybody traveling. They're not calling palming. They're not calling carrying. They throwing players out for arguing. You know, this shit is just soft as shit now, man. Soft. Shit is soft. Shit is soft. You can say whatever you want to say about San Antonio or whatever. That's a blip. That's a blip what San Antonio did. You don't remember they tanked for Tim Duncan while they had David Robinson. Motherfuckers don't remember that, do you? They tanked for Tim Duncan. San Antonio is a blip. That's a blip. And once Popovich gone, they gonna go back to being the fucking Spurs they was before David Robinson got there. Nothing. That's a blip, bro. They did not want to let the Thunder win that shit. I mean, the Spurs win it. The Spurs won it against all odds because don't forget they had a top 5 player in Tim fucking Duncan. So you can name these small, and you can name these small fucking blips. You can name the Olajuwon Rockets. You can name these small known for Detroit in the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. You can name these small occurrences, bro. But nigga, when you have the 7 times the fucking 76ers and the Lakers and the fucking Boston meet in the 80s. You go back, Bill Russell had 11 championships. You know what I'm saying? Hell up out of here. Shouldn't the Los Angeles Lakers be forced to move their name? What lakes is by Los Angeles? Orlando was close. Orlando was close with Penny and Shaq. They wouldn't let them niggas beat the Lakers. They wouldn't let them beat. They didn't care if Penny and Shaq beat Houston, but they wouldn't let them niggas beat the Lakers that year with Dwight. Look here, man. When the Spurs go down, Fred Jackson, they going down, bro. When Popovich walk away from that motherfucker, Sam Presti go somewhere else, probably take another job with the Lakers. They'll be going through. The Spurs ain't gonna be shit. They're gonna be right back what they used to be, bro. That's a blip. That's not a trend. That's a blip. The Spurs are a blip. It's a blip. They will never. They will never do that shit in our lifetime again. Never. And don't forget, they in Texas. So Texas ain't the smallest fucking market of all time. It ain't the smallest market of all time. You got to remember that, bro. We have to wait and see what he leaves. Who you talking about? Wish we had the brand for. Man, that shit, man, nobody cares. But they didn't even want the Spurs to be there. Now that Tim Duncan gone, that motherfucker gonna fall. Fuck the Lakers. The Lakers should change their name. When they was the Lakers, they was in Minnesota, the Great Lakes. But they ain't gonna change the name because of the brand. Ain't no fucking lakes in LA. That's bullshit. I already know Blake out. I knew about an hour ago. Good. No more Grant Hill shit going around Detroit. You see why Popovich ain't want New Orleans to trade AD to Lakers. They would have made the playoffs if AD was in LA. Exactly. Exactly, bro. Now Greg Popovich gonna send Dale Demps a bag because he gonna get him a job with the San Antonio Spurs. Get some free. The Pistons ain't got no money, bro. They negative $9 million in the cap. They have a mid-level exception next year. That's why I be trying to explain to Piston fans and my other channel. They have no money. No money. They negative $9 million in the cap. Blake Griffin make $30-something million. Andre make $25 million. Reggie Jackson make another $18-19 million. That's 70% of your cap. Plus, you still paying Josh Smith $6 million. That's out of $109 million cap space. You capped out. The Blazers and the Spurs in the semifinal. There's one game. There's one game. The Nuggets gonna come back and win that bitch. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you. Give it to Gary Harris, one field. I'm not about to blame the NBA because teams missing on their draft picks. No, it ain't about that. It ain't about them missing on their draft picks. Because the Thunder hit on their draft picks. What you talking about? Harden, Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka. Do you think David Stern at the time would have let them 4 niggas or 3 or 4 of them walk off the Lakers, bro? Hell no. And you a fool if you don't believe they be playing them players under the table. You would be fool if you think they not paying them players to stay where they at. May have been laundering money through Nike, allegedly, let me say that. They paying them players to stay where they at, bro. You think it's a coincidence that when LeBron left the Cavaliers, that with the 3 out of the 4 or 5 years, they got the #1 pick? Please, bro. Sell that shit to the Birds, bro. Sell that to the Birds. They got the #1 pick 3 out of 5 years, bro. Sell that to the Birds. They make sure Boston don't stay down too long, and they gonna make sure LA don't stay down too long. Watch what I tell you. They gonna make sure them 2 things happen. And don't be surprised they don't get Giannis out of fucking Milwaukee neither. You can go back through history and say if it was a 5th, we'll all be drunk, Fred. We'll all be drunk. Lonzo, the Lakers passed up on Jason Tatum for Lonzo. Okay? You can go back and miss picks the Lakers made. Miss picks the Lakers missed. You can go back and miss picks the Celtics missed. But the fact of the matter remains, they will not let those 2 franchises be down too long. Yup, got Kareem out of there. Then they give Luel Cinder a bag. That's why the nigga changed his name too. I don't know about Chris Paul going to the Lakers. I don't know if that would have helped. But I'm telling you, they not going to let certain teams win championships, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just not going to let it happen. That's just the NBA. You heard Tim Donaghy, bro. They start calling phantom calls on Allen Iverson because Allen Iverson was disrespecting the referees and he had to apologize. You can keep naming this shit over and over. It does not matter. He keeps saying, "Oh, Minnesota missed his pick." Everybody missed picks, nigga. Everybody missed picks. We can go through the great history of Portland missing picks. We can go through history of LA missing picks. We can go through history of the Clippers missing picks. We can go through the history of Boston mixing picks. You can say it over and over again, bro. It does not matter. It does. The NBA is corrupt. So what you got to say? What you got to say? What you got to say about Tim Donaghy, bro? What do you have to say about Tim Donaghy? The nigga fixed games, bro. He fixed games. Fuck all that. He fixed games. Even when they got it right. They got Shaq out of Orlando. They got Luel Cinder out of fucking Milwaukee, bro. Even when they got it right, bro, they still got them dudes up out of there. You think James Harden, Kevin Durant would have walked away from the Lakers? The league wouldn't have had that, bro. It wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened, bro. It just wouldn't have happened, dog. They go, oh, LeBron, you going to Miami? You think they would let LeBron go to Toronto? Hell no. They don't want to let Toronto win it. They don't want to let Orlando win it. They don't want certain teams to win it, bro. In NFL, they was choosy this year, but shit, man, you had Seahawks make it. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay, even though they won the historic franchises, but you had some teams that make it through the NFL, bro. You had it. He said the players went out too. Yeah. Not only do the players want out, but it's not about the players so happy. A player might go to Minnesota, like I like Minnesota, but if Nike come and say, "Look here, we can make more money going out to LA," the agents, the shoe companies, endorsements, the NBA, all push them kids out of there, bro. They push them out of these markets, bro. And if the NBA don't start being fair or doing something so players can thrive and players that want to go to small markets, the NBA is going to continue to fall in popularity. Right now is a critical moment for the NBA. The NFL is falling in popularity. Is the NBA going to step up and snatch it, or are they going to let soccer run up and snatch it? Or are they going to let MLB run up and snatch it? Or are they going to let the NHL get their shit together? Or will college football and basketball snatch it? Because right now the NFL is on a rapid decline, bro. And America is looking for the next best sport, but they can't rock with basketball because there's no parity. How would I go root for the Hawks for the last 10 years? Or since Dominique was there, since Steve Smith was there, since Jason Terry was there, how am I going to sit there and rock with the Hawks? You know what I'm saying? And I know every year for the last 30, 40 years, we didn't have an opportunity to win. We don't have a chance to win. NBA is still not popular in the NFL. Check it out. It's not close. It's not close. A lot of people, white people, don't watch the NBA like that. Trying to tell you, they don't. Because a lot of older people that used to love NBA in the early 2000s, 90s, and 80s, they don't watch the shit no more because all they do is travel, carry. You can't be physical no more. You can't talk junk to each other. It's a joke. We know fucking Portland history, bro. Oh my God, he keep bringing up Portland. Who gives a shit? We understand Greg Odom. We understand Sam Bowie. We understand the Brandon Roy shit. We get it. We get it, Fred. We really do. We get it. We fucking get it. They went to Portland to get out of Portland. That's exactly what it would have been. They gonna make sure they push these niggas out of these, maybe the shoe companies, the agents, all that shit, bro. Because the NBA is, bro. The NBA is doing that shit, bro. You think the NBA not, bro? They vetoing shit for Chris Paul not to go to LA because Dan Gilbert and Mark Cuban cried about it. The Cavaliers lost LeBron James. They magically get 3 straight number 1 picks or 3 number 1 picks in however combination it was. 5 years, 4 years. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. All of a sudden, Kobe Bryant then went from Smush Parker to getting gifted Paul Gasol, and the Lakers get Ray Allen, and they meet in the finals. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that, bro. You got to be way smarter than that. You got to be way smarter than that. Just as Nike, Adidas, Reebok, whoever else got a hand in where these players want to play at. Yeah, exactly. It's all about ratings. Watch they gonna make sure LeBron good next year. Watch what he gonna get Kyrie, AD. He gonna get this damn thing. Watch what I tell you. They gonna make sure LeBron in there next year. They gonna make sure Brown in there, Fred. They gonna make sure he in there. They just praying. They can't wait till Kevin Durant go out east and go to the Knicks like an idiot. Yep. I'm trying to tell you, bro, this shit is a joke, man. Once you really think about it, bro, it's only 2 or 3 teams that actually got a chance to win a championship. And throughout history, that's what the NBA has always been. But I'm about to get ready to watch this Pistons game, man. I definitely appreciate everybody for checking in. He said, why did the Spurs win 3-1? You don't forget they got 2 top 50 fucking players of all time. They had David Robinson for what, 1 or 2 of them with Tim Duncan, bro. Like I said, there's always exceptions to the rule, bro. The Spurs ain't even never won. Did the Spurs ever win back-to-back championships? No, they did not. The Spurs never won back-to-back championships, bro. But it's always exceptions to the rules. And like I said before, with Greg Popovich, R.C. Buford when he was there, Sam Presti built with the Spurs. That was kind of like what New England Patriots did. It was a blip. You know, that was one of the few exceptions that you see. The few exceptions. But since Tim Duncan and David Robinson won, what else has the Spurs done? Nothing. You tell me another small market team. Fucking Celtics got about 1,000 championships, and Lakers got 999 or however many they fucking got. The Pistons barely they didn't want to give us one. They changed the rules and everything. After we won the first one, flagrants, techs, fines, suspensions, that came from the Pistons. The Rockets stole 2. The Bulls got 6 because of Jordan. They was like, oh shit. Chicago, a dope market. It's the 3rd biggest city in America. We'll let Jordan stay here, market Jordan from here. But other than that, it's been heavy Lakers, heavy Celtics. You got the Spurs here and there. They won the lockout year over the Knicks. It ain't really been, like I said before. Why did you add Minnesota? Why did you add Toronto? Why did you add Miami? Why are you adding these teams and they don't have a chance of fucking winning it? Oh, Kawhi Leonard made sure he got the hell up out of there, bro. Yeah, the fucking Spurs tank for Tim Duncan, bro. Exactly, bro. The Boston Celtics thought they was gonna get him, but the Spurs got him. Exactly. That's true shit, Troy Ingram. I remember that shit. Tim Duncan was coming out of Wake Forest. He's from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah, let me get out of here, man. Ooh, some dog ran behind somebody's car backing up. That was a fucking wolf. Oh no, a dog saved their. I guess a dog saved his kid or something. That shit was dope. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna probably react to that Piston joint on my other channel. So if you want to follow my other channel, Motor City Sports, so I would go live, but shit, I'm tired. I have to move some shit around too. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that game after that. Yeah, I know the MLS is gonna expand. Yeah, that's gonna take over. But yeah, let me get up out of here, man. They were trying to renovate Ford Field for MLS. I don't know if they have enough time to take the roof off and make a retractable roof, but hey, it is what it is. We gone.